Alright, I'm back, and this will be part 3. So, I am now 13, 14 years old. We are living in Washington State, and I do not remember, so to say, going to any Kingdom Hall or convention or anything at all. We were there for a year and a half. I can also say that I don't remember having any Bible studies or training or anything with my mother. I think maybe once or twice she tried to get me to go out and field service with her. But to be honest, I don't remember. I do remember in Germany, because later we moved to Germany. But I don't remember any attending to any halls or anything, or having Bible study. If she didn't have any with me, if she had it with my brother, and I had a sister born a little later, she didn't have it with me. So she and I didn't have Bible study together. We didn't have Bible study as a family. We didn't discuss the Bible. We didn't discuss religion. I did hear a whole lot of Ephesians 6:1, children obey your parents. But other than that, no. Then we moved to Germany when I was 14, and we lived out in a neighborhood out in Germany, and the nearest Kingdom Hall was like 30-40 minutes away, so we didn't attend our meetings. Witnesses had meetings on Tuesdays and Thursdays and Sundays, and we definitely didn't attend during the week, and occasionally on a Sunday, but not very often. Once every couple of months. A few times got to where we would go like on a Tuesday or a Thursday, but it was so far in between, like every couple of months. I know we didn't go in the winter, hardly ever in the winter, because it was snowing. So my mother was baptized, so you're supposed to go out and go door to door and knocking on the doors, and she would take me with her. I can be honest, I didn't want to go door to door. That was something I cringed, knocking on the door, trying to teach people about being a Jehovah's Witness. Of course, I didn't know what I was doing. I hadn't been properly trained. My mother, she tried a few times, and after a while, she just gave up herself on going door to door. I don't know what her journey was with that, or what she was going through, because we never talked about it. And again, we didn't have Bible study. We didn't talk about religion for real, which is odd that we did not do that, because we claimed to be Jehovah's Witnesses, but we were not having Bible study, and we weren't attending meetings, and we weren't having Bible study as a family. My mother did not sit us down those early years, especially as a child, because someone else taught us. And then as a preteen, it didn't happen. But yet we were still out in public. We were Jehovah's Witnesses. We didn't celebrate holidays. We didn't do this. We didn't do that. So that was just me looking back on it. It's just odd to think about how that was not done in the household, but we were adamant outwardly, we don't do that. We're Jehovah's Witnesses. But yeah, we didn't function in our household like Jehovah's Witnesses at all. So yeah, I just literally had that epiphany when I was doing the notes for the video, because I was thinking back on how it worked and how I felt and what my childhood was like being a Jehovah's Witness. When I think of it from my parental part, from my household part, there was no training. I was just claiming to be a Jehovah's Witness. And my mother, I realize now, to be honest, I come to the conclusion that she used it as a form of control. It was a way to control her environment. If she said she was Jehovah's Witness, then most people were like, oh, okay. They knew we weren't going to participate in this and participate that based on the opinions of witnesses that was already out there. So because of the opinions of witnesses that was already out there, she didn't have to explain herself or her decisions. It just made it easier for her to isolate herself, because we were basically isolated to where we didn't have a lot going on with friends and things like that. As far as my father, military, tons of friends. Me being a child and having a father who allowed me to go out and socialize and have friends. I had friends. There were rules that had to be followed, but I had a social life, and it was because of my father that I had a social life, not so much because of my mother. But I did not have a social life with witnesses because my mother herself did not really deal with witnesses. I know it's odd. We were Jehovah's Witnesses, but my mother didn't deal with witnesses. Interesting. Well, I'm going to come back with part 4 and discuss once we left Germany.